Don't worry, my heart's already racing a million miles an hour.
So fun.
Okay. I wish all of you could have gotten to know Rachel the way that I have. It's hard for me to sum up Rachel in a matter of a few minutes and tell you about the impact and influences she has had. Sorry. Not only as me as a coach, but as a person. I made my font really big so I could read through the tears. Okay, 10 years ago, I received a call from a mother looking for lessons for her daughter. She mentioned that her daughter's name was Rachel and that she was in my alpha class. My mind immediately remembered the polite little brunette that loved to look down at the ice with her arms dangling around, going around the circle like this. And I would remind her, Rachel, get your arms up, and she'd go, and 2 crossovers later, favorite position. I remember thinking this was going to take a little more work on my part to help Rachel with her skating goals, especially the posture and the alignment department. But it wasn't anything that I couldn't fix with a little patience and hard work. Little did I know the journey that lay ahead of me. Over the years, Rachel has tirelessly worked towards passing as many ISI tests as she could, along with a few moves in the field. She competed at our May competition numerous times and brought home the coveted gold on more than one occasion. She skated a solo in this year's Theater on Ice and showed off her fun side in her Rock Around the Clock program. Almost 3 years ago, Rachel passed into Freestyle 5 and started working on the very elusive axle. Again, I knew I had my work cut out for me, but there was always challenges when teaching any skater their axle or any jump for that matter. But I knew it was nothing that couldn't be done. I started the same as I do with every skater, with the basics, learning the takeoff, learning how to transfer, learning correct air positions, and Rachel made steady progress. After a few months, we added in some off-ice lessons to speed the process along. We worked on the harness, and Rachel continued to make small steps in the right direction. The process continued for over 2 years, and never once did Rachel say, I don't want to do axles today. She showed up to every lesson for over 2 years, ready to give it her all and try her best in hopes that today would be the day that she landed her axle. She would come early to the rink and work on axles on the floor and would, skip a line. I would ask her what she wanted to work on in the beginning of each lesson, and she would say axles without a hesitation. I can honestly say that in all my years of coaching, I have never met a skater with so much self-motivation and drive. She truly is an inspiration, and I admire her motivation, which taught me to push through the tough days and to never give up, and really anything is possible. Most skaters tend to get frustrated after a couple months or even a year of working on the same thing, and few have enough motivation to make it past 2 years working on the same element, but not Rachel. She got more and more eager and determined to land her axle as time passed. She found humor where most skaters would have given up and even joked about writing 101 Ways How Not to Land an Axle by Rachel Olson. I'm guessing it would be a bestseller among figure skaters. Last year we started to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and Rachel started rotating all the way around on her axle, and we both knew it couldn't be much longer. There are days I wanted to scream and just shake her and say, check out already. During one of her Monday night lessons this winter, Rachel showed up as she always does, ready as ever to end her axle-less streak. We warmed up like we normally do, and she started attempting axles and falling, which had become pretty much a common occurrence. A couple nearby coaches had caught Rachel out of the corner of their eye and offered a few words of encouragement. She tried a couple more and got closer but fell. This time a few coaches glided over closer and watched Rachel as she attempted another one, but instead of the typical, "Aw, bummer, good try," or "that was close, Rachel," reactions, the entire rink erupted into cheers, screams, laughs, and tears. Rachel looked at me confused and asked, "Did I do it?" And through my jumping and screaming, I managed to choke out, "Yes, you did." She went on to land 6 more axles that day and many more the following week. I have never been more proud as a coach and so thrilled because it could not have happened to a nicer, more genuine girl. December 12th, 2011 will forever hold a special meaning to me, as I'm sure will Rachel. I was on cloud 9 for a straight week after that lesson and what really amazed me is the fact that I just didn't watch a girl land her axle for the first time. I watched an amazing person with a heart of gold and a fire inside of her that earned the support of an entire skating club, accomplish a long-time goal, and taught all of us a lesson in following your dreams. The entire Roseville Figure Skating Club coaching staff and skaters were all rooting for Rachel, not because of how long it was taking her, but because of the person she is. Her kind and delightful demeanor and positive attitude is infectious, and the light that she brings into people's lives is limitless. My heart was overjoyed seeing everyone come and congratulate her, give her a hug, and share in her excitement. It was a wonderful, overwhelming feeling, and something I have never witnessed as a coach before. This one girl brought together an entire group of coaches and skaters, and we were all one big family supporting her. It was truly a special moment for her and for me. I am amazed and moved by Rachel's determination and enthusiasm every day, and she inspires me to not only be a better coach, but be a unique and one-of-a-kind individual like herself. Rachel lives life at full speed, free of any excuses to slow her down, which is why I know she will be successful in anything she sets her mind to in her life. She has shown me that reaching for the stars is simply not reaching far enough, and that there is so much more out there to do and see beyond what others around her are doing. I will always be one of Rachel's biggest fans, and she will undoubtedly always hold a special spot in my heart and forever hold a spot on my favorite skating moments list. I will miss Rachel immensely the next year, but I know I will always think of her for inspiration in my lessons that I teach on the ice and choices that I make in my life. Thank you, Rachel, for all that you have taught me, and thank you, Luann and Jim, for sharing your daughter with me and trusting in me when I told you Rachel will land at EXO one day. So, good luck next year.